Adam joins us now. How lovely to meet you, Adam.
Nice
Honestly,
to meet you.
I've been a huge Queen fan for all of these years, and you've just fitted in, and that's not an easy fit necessarily.
It's definitely a lot of singing.
It's a lot of singing.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour workout, but God, it's so rewarding. You know, obviously, just like yourself, people in the audience are just beside themselves.
You were filling these huge shoes. I mean, Freddie Mercury is so synonymous with the band. What was it like to sort of try and step into those shoes?
Terrifying in the beginning. Yeah, I was definitely intimidated by the whole idea, but it was also an opportunity there was no way I could turn down. And the cool thing about Brian and Roger is that I thought to myself when I first started with them, if they wanted to, they could tell me exactly what to do and how to do it. And I'd be like, yes, sirs, both of you, thank you so much for the opportunity. But they were actually very collaborative and very open and just so warm to me from the get-go. They were like, you know, what do you want to do? How do you want to do this? And they really collaborated with me. And I'm so thankful to them for that, because obviously there was all this expectation from the fans, and that was enough to do my head in. So to have Brian and Roger be so open was great.
Yeah, just very giving, I guess.
Very, yeah.
Well, you know, you've clearly fitted in. The fans adore you as well. But this could all have been very different, because we'll go back to American Idol now, because you performed a Michael Jackson song to begin with.
I did, which they didn't actually end up airing on the live broadcast, but I went in there with what was it, Rock With You, and I was into it, and their faces were kind of like puzzled, like they didn't quite see it for me, and they're like, "Do you have anything else?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, yes. What do you want to hear?" And they were like, "Just something different." And I said, "What about a Queen song?" And it was like light bulbs went like off above all their heads, and they were like, "Yes, yes, Queen song." And then I sang Bohemian Rhapsody. And that was what they ended up airing on the show. And thank God I thought of that song. And thank God I sang it, because imagine if I hadn't have done that.
Yeah, it could all have been very, very different.
I don't know if I'd be in the band.
Yeah, exactly, these strange little moments. So you're coming to the UK in July, UK tour. And as you say, the fans here, are they different to the American fans? Are they even more passionate about Queen music?
I mean, obviously Queen is like a homegrown thing here, so there's definitely something very, very important. But American fans are wild about Queen as well. I think that's the thing I love about fans of this band, is that no matter where we are in the world, everyone knows all the words. And
you're keeping the legacy alive, really, with the work that you do on stage and indeed off stage, Adam. I know you're very, very passionate about equality and trying to get that message out there. Do you think things have changed for the LGBTQ community? Do you think things are getting better?
I think we still have a lot of work to do. You know, the world still has homophobia in it, and there's still ignorance, but I think that there's a lot of progress that's been made, particularly within the entertainment community. You know, first, I think the film and TV world really started noticing that they had a moral responsibility to tell all these different stories, to sort of educate people and to open people's minds. And now I see the music industry following suit, which is very exciting for me. And I do think there's been a lot of progress made.
Yeah, I mean, you have always been very, very honest about your sexuality. So, but a lot of people haven't found it that easy to be as honest over the years, and that's why you do a lot of workshops and discussions and group chats with people to try and encourage people to feel safe.
Yeah, exactly.
To be who they want to be.
Yeah, I was lucky. I didn't come out to a very conservative home. My parents were really open and understanding with me. I had been in theater for years, so I'd already kind of found a safety for myself. It actually wasn't until all of a sudden I was in the public eye that I started noticing more and more opposition and ignorance out there. And it was a bit of a challenge in the beginning. It was definitely something that threw me for a loop, you know, the whole fame thing and being sort of under a microscope. And
do you think people did look at you slightly differently? Do you think you had a little bit of...
Well, I mean, I think if somebody didn't realize that I was most likely gay while I was on American Idol, they might have been living under a rock. I mean, it was kind of obvious. But, you know, I think that once I made the statement and started talking about it like I did in my real life all the time, I think it did kind of, there were definitely people that felt confused by it. For me, you know, I grew up in LA and I was in this like arts community. So post-Idol was the first time I was really interfacing with the masses and middle America.
Yeah, and sadly not all of that sort of type person gets it, you know. It's
probably
just
very similar to here in the UK. Like in London, you have lots of cultural kind of liberal people, and then you get outside of London and there's pockets of communities that are a little more conservative.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a learning experience.
But you're doing great work to change that, clearly, which just has to happen.
I mean, that is what's so important to me, is that when I meet fans, particularly younger fans that come up to me and say, you know, you made me feel safe, and you made me feel like it was okay to be who I was and to be brave. It becomes so much greater than just me. It becomes so much more important than just my career or my songs that I put out. It becomes something where I'm able to help people truly. And that's been the underlying most inspiring thing that I've found in this career, and it is something that I want to keep doing.
Yeah, making a difference. Yeah. Las Vegas, I have to just chat to you briefly.
Yeah.
Residency there, which is just, it must be a dream come true.
It's going to be fun.
Residency in Las Vegas.
The Crown Jewels.
The Crown Jewels, what a title.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Well, there's a lot of hit songs. We're considering them the Crown Jewels, and you know, we're sharing these big Crown Jewels with all of Las Vegas. And it's very exciting because it's the first time we've actually sat down and done this many shows in one place.
So you can sort of mix it up a little bit then, I guess?
Yeah, maybe. And I think we'll get really comfortable because we'll be able to sort of just not worry about changing venues and changing hotels. It'll be like consistent, you know? So it should be fun.
Very busy year and an exciting one ahead. Adam, what a delight it is to meet you. Thanks so much.
And wait till you hear also, I'm putting out new music. My solo music, which I've been juggling the two things for the last 5 years, which has been really exciting. So I get to moonlight and collaborate with Queen, which is literally like dream come true.
But we get our own album.
And I still get my own music, which is great. And I think more than ever with this next project coming up, I think that my experience with Queen and singing timeless music that's connected to all over the world is really informing my new material. So I'm really excited to share it with everybody.
Sounds great, Adam. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So lovely to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to meet you.